Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning into yet another video. I'm your host, That Dragon Guy, and today we are going to be talking about a Pokemon theory that is quite popular, or at least the one that I hear about the most. But before we start talking about that, I want to say this. I personally am 28 years old. I personally still play the Pokemon games because I grew up with the stuff. I was around when Season 1 came out. I was around when Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green came out. Okay? So I am assuming there are people my age that would be interested in this video, which means this video is not for kids. None of my videos are ever for kids. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about the next thing. The next thing is, you would assume me talking about this Pokemon theory, I would put clips of Pokemon somewhere on the screen. Wrong. I've heard a lot of bullshit of Nintendo copyright striking anything to do with anything Nintendo. Now, I don't know how true that is because I don't think I've ever put a clip of Nintendo on here, and I have definitely never gotten copyright struck by Nintendo because of it. I have, in fact, played GameCube games, but I try to avoid ones that are Nintendo brand, like Zelda. I've put Pokemon on here before, and I didn't get striked for that, but doesn't matter. It was a game. Let's continue. So the theory we are talking about today is the Ash is in a coma theory, which is the dumbest theory you will ever hear. Now, let me explain. The reason why I say that is because Ash's whole little thing that supposedly leads up to his coma, which was, alright, this is the whole breakdown of the first episode. Ash wakes up late. Ash makes it to Professor Oak late. All the starter Pokemon are gone, except for a Pikachu that has not been trained yet. Ash gets Pikachu. Pikachu is a dick. Ash tries to catch a Pidgey by himself. Couldn't catch it. Then Ash sees a Spearow. Tried to catch it by throwing a rock at Spearow. Couldn't catch it. Oh, and I skipped the part where Ash covered a Pidgey with his freaking shirt. Okay, I skipped that. Doesn't matter. Anyway, he can't catch Spearow. Spearow calls on his buddies, and all of his buddies just come and attack, which makes me really wonder where the hell is Fearow? Because you imagine if there's that many Spearow, there'd be at least one Spearow leading the whole freaking group, you know. But I don't remember seeing Spearow in the first episode of Pokemon. So anyway, he calls his friends. Him and Pikachu are running away. He steals Misty's bike, and then Ash crashes. He asks Pikachu to get into the Pokeball. Pikachu won't do it. He just keeps laying there on the ground, and Ash just stands there. I won't let you hurt him. You know, he does. It's not the exact words, but it's close enough. And then Pikachu runs and jumps over his shoulder and does this massive thunder attack. Now, I won't specify which attack he's doing because you would think that he's doing like Thunder Shock or Spark or whatever the hell else lower electric moves there are because, well, Pikachu shouldn't be at a high enough level to learn Thunder unless you force a TM on it, you know. But, he got struck by a lightning bolt as he was doing the attack, so it got amplified, and there was a big explosion. And then Ash wakes up, it's daylight, and Pikachu's laying there on the ground with him. He's like, oh, we survived, da, 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 da. And then they go off to the town. Alright, that's basically the first episode. It ends with them walking to the edge of the town and seeing an overlook of Viridian City. Yeah, Viridian City. Pewter City is next after Viridian. But anyway, why is that theory wrong? What is the theory? Do you know about the theory? I'm sure you know about the theory. Supposedly, when Pikachu took down all those Spearow, the Thunder Shock hit Ash and put him in a coma. Why? Because he ended up seeing Ho-Oh fly across the rainbow. And Ho-Oh doesn't come until Generation 2 in Johto. What? That can't be real. What? Alright, anyway. So everyone says he's in a coma. No, he's not. He's never been in a coma. And here's an idea. It's a freaking cartoon. That's why he's still 10 years old. They have an age demographic they are trying to hit. So they put the age of the main character close to the age demographic that they are trying to hit, which is between freaking 2 years old and freaking 15 years old. Because after you're 15, why the hell would you still watch the Pokemon anime? Maybe you'll still play the games, but you're not going to watch an anime that is super repetitive. In every episode, you got to deal with Jesse and James' stupid saying. So, let's talk about the theory directly. Number one, all the Nurse Joys look the same because that's the only nurse that Ash knew about. No, it's not. Ash never met Nurse Joy in the first episode. He didn't meet Nurse Joy until episode 2. All the Jennies look the same because that's the only officer that Ash ever saw. No, it's not, because Ash didn't see Officer Jenny until episode 2. Team Rocket are always trying to steal Pikachu because that's what happened and Ash is dreaming about it in his coma. No, it's not. Ash never met Team Rocket, Jesse, and James until episode, oh my god, 2. Shit. How's he making up all these characters he's never met? And why am I saying he's never met them? Okay, well let me explain that part. The fact is, in just about every Pokemon game, now I might be missing one, but just about every Pokemon game, Pokemon Red, Blue, Green, Silver, Gold, Crystal, Platinum, Diamond, Pearl, which that was the wrong order right there, but who cares, and whatever the hell else comes after that, in the first town you start in, there is absolutely no Pokemon Center. There's absolutely no Officer Jennies because there's no, like, police office. Like, most of the time your starting town is just, like, 3, 4, maybe 5 buildings, and that's it. It's Professor Oak, your house, your rival's house, and then maybe an extra house. Who knows, you know? But, so how is he making up these people he's never met before if he's in a coma? As far as I've heard about dreams, when you're dreaming, you can't make things that you've never seen. You can take things that you've seen and mess with them and change them ever so slightly, but you can't make things up that you never have experienced. So how is he making up Nurse Joy? How is he making up Officer Jenny? Okay, let's continue to the next point. The next point is that Ash got struck by the lightning, or the thunder shock, which was empowered by the lightning, and everyone thinks he's in a coma because of it. So the reason why I say that part is completely bullshit is because if that worked like that, Jesse and James would be dead, and anyone else who's ever been hit with a Pokemon move would be dead. I mean, there's only a few Pokemon moves that I've seen that affect, like, characters in a bad way. For instance, Jigglypuff's song. Every time Jigglypuff shows up, you fall asleep. Bottom line. But to get off that topic, let's move to the main 100% reason why this theory is complete BS. Pokemon has always, and by the way, I realize I'm saying Pokémon, and it's actually Pokémon, but I prefer to pronounce it Poka, so who cares? Anyway, pronounce it however you want, leave me alone. But we're going to continue. Pokemon, the series, has always had moral values in it. You don't believe me? Well, let me use the games and the anime to point out why it has moral values. The number one moral value in the entire anime, in the entire gaming franchise: make friends and be sociable. Why is that the number one value? Let me explain the games first. In the games, you can't catch all 151 Pokemon. Okay, this is the first set of games, because we're talking about Kanto here. All 151 Pokemon, unless you own Red, Blue, and Green. Otherwise, you have to trade with a friend that has whatever game you don't have in order to get whatever Pokemon isn't on Red, Blue, or Green. Okay? So you have to have friends and trade with them to get all the Pokemon. Sociable and have friends. Main thing. Now, let me point out how Episode 1, Season 1, the Indigo League, is all about friendship. Ash gets Pikachu. The minute Ash picks Pikachu up and hugs him, Pikachu says, "Screw you!" and shocks the hell out of him, okay? Shocks the hell out of him. Pikachu was a dick. Pikachu shocked him. His mom told Ash that Pikachu was weird. They all got shocked outside the professor's little laboratory. And then later on, you see Ash dragging Pikachu with a rope and some rubber gloves and blah, 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 and Pikachu won't listen and yada, yada, yada. I've heard that everyone thinks that Pikachu's not listening because Pikachu's too high of a level and Ash doesn't have the right gym badge. Now, I would say that's correct, but no, it's not correct. I personally think that just like other times we've seen in the Pokemon anime, Pokemon have personalities just like humans. I am sure that you've met a person in your life. I don't care if you've been friends with them for 3 years. You're not allowed to hug them, shake their hand, whatever, because they don't like people touching them unless it's their significant other. You understand? So that's what Pikachu is. He is a loner that doesn't want to be touched, and Ash didn't have permission, so therefore Pikachu shocked the hell out of him. Okay? So let's move on to later in the episode when Pikachu is all of a sudden all okay with Ash and not shocking him and not hating the fact that Ash touched him. Why did that happen? Oh God, it must be because Ash is in a coma and it's not real. No, wrong. The reason why Pikachu had such a change of heart is because Ash proved himself to Pikachu. What do I mean by that? I mean, Ash got all those Spearows to attack him and Pikachu. Ash ran away with Pikachu, made sure Pikachu was with him. Ash protected Pikachu, risked his own life to save Pikachu. Okay? And it just strengthened the bond. Pikachu was like, oh my God, this guy's only known me for a day and he's about to sacrifice himself to save me. He must not be all that bad. Let me save him. So Pikachu got up off the ground after being knocked down, ran over Ash's shoulder, shocked the hell out of everybody. And then all of a sudden when Ash wakes up, Pikachu's on his side. Why? I already pointed that out. Because Ash risked his life to save Pikachu. I don't care how big of a loner you are. If someone jumps in front of a bullet for you, you're gonna be thankful and be friends with that person because obviously that person cared enough to risk their own life to save you. Now, let's move on to the whole lightning hit Ash and put him in a coma thing. Okay, yeah. The lightning attack that Pikachu used was very, very massive. It was strengthened by the lightning bolt that hit Pikachu right after he jumped off of Ash. It hit Pikachu mid-air before Pikachu actually attacked. But here's the thing. If you watch the anime and pause it frame by frame, Ash never gets hit by lightning. What happened? Oh, by the electric attack. What happens is when Pikachu gets struck, Pikachu uses the attack right as he gets struck. And then a big ball of energy or electricity, whatever you want to say, appears around Pikachu and just goes outwards. Now, if you pause frame for frame and watch Ash, the lightning never touches Ash. the Force throws him back, meaning Ash never got hit. Meaning this whole theory is blown out the water. Now, another thing I've heard about this theory is the whole Ho-Oh thing. Ash saw Ho-Oh, made a wish to stay 10 years old forever, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's bullshit. If Ash got to make a wish, don't you think he would wish to be a Pokemon Master? Because not 10 minutes ago, at the very beginning, well, not 15 minutes ago, however long, at the very beginning of the episode, I'm going to be the greatest Pokemon trainer ever, Pokemon Master, I'm going to be the best there ever was. Don't you think he would wish to be the best there ever was? And not stay 10-year-old forever? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So, why did Ash see Ho-Oh? It's common sense. Think about it. Ho-Oh is a bird. Birds migrate. You know, it happens. They fly, they migrate because of seasons, blah, 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 blah. Maybe it's not that deep in the anime, but Kanto and Johto, as we learned in Pokemon Silver, Gold, and Crystal, are right beside each other. They're practically connected. Who's to say Ho-Oh didn't just fly over the mountain and go, "Hi, what's up, Kanto? How you doing?" And Ash happened to see him. Ash didn't make a wish because Ash didn't know what the hell that bird was. He didn't know. He'd never seen it before. The Pokedex couldn't tell him shit about it because the anime couldn't tell us shit about it. I mean, because it's a Season 2 thing for Johto, when he goes to Johto with, I believe, May and Max, because Misty and Brock leave him to the side. You know, they go off and do their own thing. Misty goes back to Cerulean, Brock back to Pewter, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it just makes no sense that Ash would be in a coma. Not to mention, the anime, in a way, is connected to the games. But it's connected in a way that the games happened a long time, either before or after. No, before the anime. Because in the anime, there's an episode where a guy that's in the game says that a long time ago, he battled a trainer with a black Charizard. I can't remember that trainer's name, don't care. The trainer's in the game, blah, blah, blah. So apparently, that guy battled a black Charizard that was an event that happened in the game a long time ago. So obviously the game took place before the anime took place. If you don't believe me, just go find one of the many people that talk about this and you'll see it. Yada, yada, yada. So point is, that's why I think the Ash is in a coma theory is completely bullshit and not true. You shouldn't believe it. Ash is not in a coma. He's just a very inept trainer. See, when I watched the first season of Pokemon, I was also playing Pokemon Red and Pokemon Yellow. I hadn't got Blue yet because I just hadn't. But anyway, I started with Red because it was Charizard, and then I got Yellow because it had Pikachu on the front, and I assumed Yellow would be the connection to the anime. And in a way, it is, because just like the anime, just like Ash, you're able to get Pikachu and then all three starters. So in a way, it's kind of based on the anime, kind of, sort of. So I was playing them, and every mistake that Ash made, every stupid, idiotic thing he did, like throwing Caterpie to fight Pidgey, stupid, don't do it. I learned all the type advantages because of the anime, because Ash was an idiot. Don't you think that people would show what not to do in the anime and to actually do when you're playing the game? Don't you think the main character would make a mistake just so when you're playing the game you wouldn't make the same mistake? I don't know, it makes sense to me. Point is, Ash is in a coma is not true. It's bullshit. It has no grounds. It's completely 100% flawed. Ash never met Nurse Joy before the second episode, and all this happened in the first episode. Ash never met Jenny until the second episode. The only person that was new to Ash that he met before the electric attack was Misty. Which means, how did he create Brock in a dream, a coma dream? How did he create Blaine? How did he create all the other gym leaders? How did he create the random people that he met in filler episodes? How did he create the giant Tentacool and Tentacruel episode where all the buildings were freaking destroyed? How did he make that up if he's never seen it? Now, you could assume that he's seen all this shit thanks to him watching the battle between, I believe it was Clefable and Gengar at the very beginning of episode 1. I believe it. I might be wrong. But one of them was a Gengar. I know that. I mean, you could use that as an excuse as to why he's in a coma. But why would Officer Jenny be in the Pokemon Stadium tournament? Don't you think that the guy that's watching Pokemon stuff on TV, trying to learn to be a better trainer, don't you think that stuff would be prioritized to only show battles and what's happening in the Pokemon League and whatnot else? Why would they show Officer Jenny or Nurse Joy in the middle of the battlefield, right? I don't know. Give me your opinion in the comments down below. Let me know what you think and see if you agree that the Ash is in a coma theory is complete bullshit. This is really the main theory that I know about, but me talking about this one and proving why it's wrong is making me kind of want to look into other theories and see if I can find another one that I can prove to be false. As I said, Pokemon's main moral thing has always been friendship and being sociable. You look into it, that's always what it's been. And if you want to go even further, there's even more moral values that they show in the anime. For instance, Pokemon the first movie, when Ash, spoiler, dies, gets turned to stone, there's a certain song that's playing that goes, "Brother, my brother, tell me what are we fighting for? Why can't we end this war? Blah 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 blah." The whole damn song's like, look, we're basically the same. Why the hell are we fighting? The moral value is, why are you going to fight when you can just, like, talk it out and realize that you're pretty much the same, even though you look different? Who cares if you look different? You're still the same species. For instance, in the real world, this is the one comparison I'm going to use for the real world. Racism. Why is it against other people when, yeah, I'm white and that guy's black or Mexican or whatever, but he's still human. He's still the same species. What the hell is different about him that makes me better than him? Basically, the point is, there's none. We're the same freaking species. There's no point in the racism. That's the moral value in Pokemon the first movie. Why are you fighting? Why are you arguing? You're the same damn species. You just look a little bit different. If you understand my point, as I said before, please comment down below whether you think I am right that the Ash is in a coma theory is complete BS, or if I'm wrong for some reason. But I really don't think I am. The entire coma thing revolves around episode 1. It doesn't include anything past episode 1. Like I said, he never met Jenny, Joy, blah, 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 blah. You know what I said. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video... Oh, and just because this is a Pokemon theory, we're going to end this video with Pikachu. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget the notification bell because I post every single day and you surely want to be notified. All that being said, I've been your host, That Dragon Guy. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.